there.
Yeah.
And it's a little difficult to, when you get in there and see what's going on, it's like,
They don't hold back.
Rated R.
Goes, yeah.
Rated R.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a couple freaky things like that. It's definitely not for kids. It might be a little traumatizing.
Right.
Because it's a little bit it's adult-oriented yuck gore, I guess.
Right.
Gore, if that's the right word, blood, gore suggestion. I don't know.
Yeah.
I never know quite. Yeah. When I say gore, I think I said this a couple weeks ago. When I say gore, in my mind, when we used to say gore in the 80s when we were teenagers, let's watch a gory movie. We meant guts.
You meant wet. You meant moist.
Yeah, I'm talking entrails. I'm talking guts.
Shiny, slippery stuff.
So when I say
on the
gore
floor,
now,
the walls, whatever.
Well, so now, I mean, if it's like a lot of blood, like I almost don't want to say gore if it's just blood, but I guess that's
sure.
That's an appropriate term. So yeah.
Yeah.
I always say, no, it wasn't gory, and then people will go, oh my gosh, it had so much blood. Yeah, but it wasn't gory, right? Apparently I'm confused. Gore equals guts to me. It didn't have guts, so.
Okay.
It had some blood and some other freaky things that I didn't need to see. But yeah, it's definitely adult. It's definitely adult oriented. So yeah, I don't think I would let the kids watch this.
Yeah, not enough to be a solid gore hound film. You know what I mean?
No,
somebody
not
just
at
wants
all.
that type of stuff.
Yeah, just a couple very uncomfortable scenes that we were like,
So
yeah.
a good solid 3.
Yes.
And yeah, but like I said, that recommend is you've got to be in the mood for a slow movie that doesn't necessarily have a big payoff at the end.
Right.
For us anyway. Now, for somebody else that maybe couldn't imagine what was going on,
right.
maybe this would be a startling reveal or whatever, but this is kind of the problem with watching and reading as much as we do. We're always looking for something new. We talked about this a little bit last time about not necessarily be desensitized, but we've been exposed to a lot of things. So things that would appear as plot twists to other people aren't.
Right.
For us, because we're like, oh, well, we saw this in XYZ or whatever. Not to say that's a bad thing even, though.
Right.
Makes sense? I guess we'll talk about that when it comes time to talk about The Visit.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later, so that's something else to look forward to. But with this movie, a good solid 3, a good movie, liked it, well acted,
so.
well, everything about it was spot on. There weren't like major flaws, we didn't see scenery moving, nobody bumped into a wall and it shook or anything like that. No Ed Wood problems.
It wasn't an Ed Wood production.
No,
it's about the big picture.
Exactly.
I think it just again, because I'm browsing reviews right now.
Why on earth do you do that?
I can't help it.
Okay.
What? Well, you know what? That is the best play. When you go on Netflix and you just look at the general public's opinions on these things, you learn a lot. And let's see, I'm not sure how many, I don't know. I can't find how many star ratings were on here, but it has here we go. Well, it says it's, okay, well, it has an average rating of 3 stars.
Yeah.
And that's out of 173,961 star ratings.
Wow.
That is a buttload of people. But it got 3 stars average.
Okay.
But I'm also seeing on here, I'm looking at 5-star reviews and 1-star reviews.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So that's always kind of a cautious thing. These, don't waste your time. Movie had no plot. It explained nothing. Waste of time. Still have no idea what happened. Here, okay, this person doesn't count because they said they stopped at 20 minutes in. I'm sorry, you don't have an opinion.
We've already covered that. Yes.
You're a doofus. Get out of here.
Okay.
Because they said they were tired of watching 2 immature, really irritating 20-year-olds acting childish.
You know what? They're, never mind.
Have a little patience. Why are you some people just have no patience with movies. We have a lot of patience.
Yeah.
And I don't shut things off in the middle. I stick it out to the bitter end so that I could talk about it.
Right.
It's like people who don't vote and do nothing but complain about the president or the state of affairs. I'm sorry, did you vote? Oh, you didn't? Well, okay. I vote so that I can gripe. Watch the movie to the very end so that you can write a review.
So you can be informed with your critique of it. Exactly.
Because like this person wrote a big old long review and they only watched 20 minutes. What do you have to say about it then?
Yeah.
You're a dork. That's what I have to say about it.
All right.
But anyway, and then like this person said it was outstanding. One of the best movies they've seen in a long time. I don't know about that. But yeah, it looks like it's one of those that you either love it or you hate it.
Okay.
I don't know, but we're actually right in the middle. So
there you go.
Yeah. This says like a mystery. You get to try and figure out what kind of horror this is.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed piecing it together and it kept me engaged.
There you go.
I can agree with that person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So.
Well.
Yeah. If you have patience, give it a try, I guess.
Okay.
If you're not offended by two 20-year-olds running around acting childish, they are in their honeymoon, for Pete's sake.
Exactly.
And I don't think they were 20. I think they were older than that.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Whatever.
All right. Well.
And I have to say, I'm sorry, one last thing is it's not listed on here as a horror. Because a lot of people were like, this is the lamest horror movie I've ever seen. Well, it's kind of not a horror. It says thriller, mystery, suspense, or psychological thriller.
That's why I threw that into our description of the show, because we do cover movies that aren't necessarily horror. Initially, it was just a horror movie podcast, but yeah, we do suspense. We do psychological thrillers. We try to expand our horizons.
Well, and then we've had this discussion 800 times. We'll go for 801. What is horror?
Yes.
There are elements in this movie. Oh, yeah. There's horror elements. What are you doing in the bathroom? What are you doing in there? That's horror.
Yes.
So there's something going on and people are freaking out and people are getting hurt. That's horror enough.
Right.
So.
Okay.
You be the judge.
All right. Well, you know what? I think we need to talk about some garbage in, garbage out.
All right.
Don't you know that we can go the horizontal? We can go the vertical too. We gonna make a couch potato out of you. That's what we gonna do now. Don't change the channel.
So for garbage in, garbage out, Legends of Tomorrow. I was digging through my notes here, and I have when we first talked about Legends of Tomorrow being in our Laid to Rest that we and that was a very, very long time ago. I won't go into the whole thing here, but we finally are getting around to finishing that. I'm kind of we're talking again about dumping TV. I mentioned that before, but yeah, I want to get everything off of. The DVR. So last time we talked about it though was A Dame to Kill for Moonrise Kingdom, Snowpiercer, all those other things.
Oh my gosh!
So anyhow, we're finally getting around to that. Legends of Tomorrow. What did you think about that for a CW series?
It took me a few episodes to get really interested.
Huh?
I feel like 4 or 5 episodes in, I started getting a little more engaged. Once I have
and
to,
then they blew it.
I have to know the character. I have to get to know the characters.
Right.
I am very much about the story and the character. I gotta know the characters. I have to. So, when you started learning more about them and I got used to them and it was a little more interesting. Right. There was some story plot decisions they made in there that kind of ticked me off and I was like, okay, I don't want this anymore.
So
I don't know. It's good. I mean, it's entertaining.
It's entertaining enough.
I wouldn't cry if it disappeared.
Okay. Well, since our Channel 5 disappeared off the
Oh, yeah, it did disappear.
Off Dish entirely.
Yeah, thanks a lot, DishNet.
we'll never know if the other thing comes back or whatever, and if it's that good, we'll always catch it later on.
And what is up with that anyway? Netflix losing a contract with a network channel.
Not Netflix, you mean Dish.
DishNet.
Who knows? I don't.
That's what I meant to say. Net. It's all got the net in it.
Yeah.
Everything's the net these days. Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, this last spring, DishNet started, like, we'd be watching something and we'd start seeing that little message at the bottom of the screen that looks like a news flash, but they'd say, DishNet is, getting ready to eliminate this channel. Call and complain if you feel, and it's like, what the heck? It felt like every channel that we watch was getting dumped by DishNet.
Weird.
So, what the heck? And Channel 5 of all things, the CW, it's a regular channel.
Yeah.
If we had an antenna on our stinking roof, we'd get it for nothing. How does DishNet, come on.
I don't know.
TV's getting too difficult.
Yep. So, moving on to Taken 3.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I love Taken.
I know. You went to see an action flick without me back in the day there.
Yeah.
What the heck? So, yeah, you came back telling me about this crazy movie that you saw with Liam Neeson in it and how it sounded just like nothing you would have normally picked to watch by yourself. This was some time ago when we were living in Reno.
Well, it had Liam Neeson in it.
Okay. So Taken 3, though, didn't really live up to that Taken franchise for you?
No. I heard how awful it was.
Okay.
And now I know.
Was it awful?
It wasn't the same. It was kind of bad.
Huh.
Yeah.
Just kind of meh.
Yeah, it was missing everything that was awesome about Taken.
Okay.
It was
and the
missing.
Second one?
Yeah, the second one, and a lot of people didn't like the second one either.
Okay.
But the third one, oh man, people really hated it. So I'd have to agree, it's going downhill. Please don't make a fourth one.
You know what we need to see with Liam Neeson in it is The Grey. I've heard lots of good things about that.
Yeah?
We'll have to check that out. A horror-ish, perhaps? Thriller type? I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah. We'll talk about the fact we went to the fair and are going to the fair. It's that time of year.
Yes, it is.
Fairs were always a really big deal for me back in the day because, because I grew up in a really small town that sucked, but that's a story for another time. So, yeah, once a year I used to look forward to the county fair.
Yeah.
Being out here, I still look forward to the county fair.
Absolutely.
I don't go on the rides and things like I used to back in the day, but still nice to get out and just have some overpriced food and see animals.
Exactly.
Yeah. And some amazing acrobats and things. I've got some video. I don't know. Maybe by the time this is up, I'll have the links available.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would want to see that anyhow. The Chinese acrobats, though, were amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the fair. And we don't even go to our county's fair because we live in L.A. County.
Yeah.
But we don't go to the L.A. County fair. It's too far away.
Exactly.
Los Angeles County, for people that aren't from around here, Los Angeles County is ginormous.
Yeah.
It is so huge. From one end of L.A. County to the other, it's like so many miles. It takes you all day to get across it. Not all day, but not literally.
Well, if you're on the freeway, the 405, it does.
That's true. It certainly could.
Yeah.
So we actually go to the Orange County Fair, which Orange County is just south of us, and it's closer, and it's not as hot because it's closer to the beach.
Yeah.
The LA County Fair is pretty far inland, and you walk around and you just cook.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. But anyhow, we went Wednesday, and we'll plan on going back again.
Yes.
All right. Anything else for laid to rest?
You mean
garbage in, garbage out, rather?
You're lost, aren't you?
I knew I was going to screw that up. Yeah.
Well, I'm almost done with. Been doing a lot of books lately.
Yeah. Yeah, we never really talked about 77
Shadow Street.
Shadow Street. Yeah.
Well, it's because I'm not done with it yet. I have a couple chapters left.
We need to get out there and listen to it.
Yeah, because we're doing audiobook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's I'd like to read some reviews on it and see what other people thought.
It's definitely, well, Dean Koontz, I've talked about this before on the podcast. Dean Koontz is hit and miss for me. Whereas I like 70 to 80% of the stuff Stephen King does, Koontz is more like 50-50, kind of. Now, there's some of his